Hi and welcome to Login System Developed in Java NetBeans. Let me show you guys how this system works. Enter the login details there and the password. You can either clear it if you don't like it, or you can just make sure you enter the correct details. You can exit if you want. The choice is yours, or just log into the system. And once you log into the system, you will get into the main system itself. So let's say the employee name is, an address is county, postcode, and employer, let's call that Dean's aviation. And the same thing applies to the employee name. And right here, let's see the waiting allowance and the basic wage overtime. There, that's all we need. Those are the information we need. Other information is, that's the period. That will be for period 8 or 7 actually. 7 or 8, so you can make that 8, and the tax code. And there, so all you just need to do then is to click on wages. There we go. Those are all the information that you need. You can also add it to the tables and so on. So what I'm going to do now is to take you guys straight into Java development environment, and we'll put one of these together. So let's do that now, guys. Okay, let's start a new project. We go to File, New, and make sure Java is selected, Java application. That's fine. Click on Next, and right there, let's give it a name. So I'm going to call it Payroll Login System. Payroll, say underscore login. That's fine. Just login. Yeah, that's the name of my project. The next thing is I'm going to click on Finish. So now I have my class right there, but what I need now is to go straight to my payroll login system right there. So right in here, inside payroll login system here, make sure you come right down here and click on this project file. Go to New. Let's select frame, JFrame, and that, give that a name, payroll logins with an S. And I'm going to get rid of the comma there. Okay, underscore there, get rid of that, and that's fine. So click on Finish. There we go. Now we have our frame, but I want the system to fill the whole screen. I want the login system to fill the whole screen, and I will then define this login system with a panel. So first of all, make sure it's selected. Right click on it, select set layout, and that set layout, I'll change it to absolute layout. That's fine. The next thing is to go straight to the properties right here. Make sure that's selected. Go to the properties, select code. In that code, I'm going to change the design size. I'm going to change that to 1386. That's fine. Then the height, let me change that to 800. You see here where it says general center, make sure it's checked. I'm just going to copy the size, the design size, and let's go straight to the preferred size right here. Right here we have the preferred size. We'll change that to 1000 plus. Okay, you can also enter the same size for the minimum size if you don't want the end user to be able to adjust the form itself or the frame. Now let's come up here where we have the name. I'm going to change that name to payroll login system. There, that's the name of the project. Okay, you see up here where it says default close operation. I'm going to change that now to dispose. because once you are able to log on to the system, I expect this form to be gone. Okay, now let's go to the palette. Right inside the palette, I need my panel. Where is the panel? There we go. Okay, grab a panel. And now what I'll do with this panel is go straight to the property and look for the border. That's the border right here. Click on the border, and I'm going to select the properties that I'll select. Available border will be bevel, and make sure I change it from rise to low. That is fine. The next thing I want to do is let me enter a title there, and inside that title I'm just going to enter, let's go for login system. Login system with an S. Okay, let's change this one. The font property, I'm going to make that approximately 48, make it bold. That's fine. And click on new. Okay, so that is that, but I need to get it centered. Let's go back into the properties. Okay, yeah, justification, let's get it centered. That's fine. And the border, I believe I selected bevel. No, it's not rise, it's supposed to be lowered. Okay, just click on, yeah, that's it. You see that now? So that's what I want. Alright, so the next thing I want to do now is go back to the palette, select label, change the properties of that label. Let me change that to username, and the font, I'm going to make that approximately 36. Right, that's fine. Just copy that. Control C, copy, Control paste. Paste it right there. I think I forgot to set this layer for this panel. Let's change it. Right click on the panel. This is the panel. You can see the line across it. Right click on it and let's change set layout to absolute layout, so that you don't end up seeing all of this anymore. Okay, once it's set to absolute layer, you can just move freely. There we go. I can now move freely. That's fine. Okay, you can see the broken line because it's absolute layer. Then change the name of this. Change that to password. Right. Back to the palette. Let's select text field. And back to the palette again. Let's select password field. And change the details of those. Change the details of these to 36 as well. 36, maybe bold. And this very password, let's change that to 36 as well. 36 bold. That is good. Okay, move that in. Alright, we need another object, and that will be the buttons. Okay, drag this down much. I'm going to need 3 buttons there. So the first one will be, let me come in here and grab this very button, change that to 36 as well. Alright, 36. Let's settle for 36. And change the name of that to login. Then the variable name will be jbtn login. Right, that is fine. I can just copy this. Control C to copy, Control V paste, and paste another one. Right, so this will become, you can right click, or right click on it and change the variable name to reset or clear, cancel. Right, and let's change the text property back in there. Right click, select edit text to cancel, and this one, let's change the variable name to exit. Right, and change the text name to exit. There we go. Now we can start work with the coding. So right click on the login system, go straight into events, add action, action perform, and right there underneath here I'm gonna get rid of this. I don't need that. So let's declare the following variable: string variable username. Let's say equals, let's grab the name of my very object and just enter that in there, jtxt username dot get text. So that's the very first one, jtxt username. Let's check what's the name of this. Oh, it has no name yet, or what? No name. Okay, jtxt username there, and this will be jtxt password. And I might as well delete the content we have inside the password. So let's come in here and just get rid of that. Right, that's fine. And we align it. Good. Okay, back in the code now. Alright, so that is rectified. I'm just going to copy that for the password. Paste. And this will be known as password. So that is my variable for the password. Just change this name to password. That's fine. Okay, the next thing I want to do now is I'm going to enter an if statement just to check if jtxt is variable1 username jtxt username, let's say dot contain the value. Let's say I want to, let me just enter something simple, 1. Okay, and jtxt password, copy and paste that in there, dot contains, let's go for 2. Okay, enter your curly braces. This is meant to be the variables. Sorry, yeah, that's the variable. Now here we now want something to happen to the variable. If it's correct, we want the content in there deleted. So we can paste this in here and paste this in here as well. Copy, paste there, and just change this to set text. Set text here. Set the text here to nothing, or maybe just clear. Right, that is fine. Now, before we proceed, let's use an else statement. Supposing the end user entered the wrong details, we can just say j option plain dot show message. And what message would I like the system to show? So I want the system to show, let's go for nil there, and just ask the user to enter, or let's quote, invalid the login details. Alright, invalid login details, and come out here. Let's just enter login system, and let's go for option plain dot error, Yeah, we can choose one of these. Error message. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, that's it. Error message. So one other thing I'd like you to do is clear the whole system. If there's anything that was entered, clear it. And also like the system to get focus onto the user. Let's say grab focus. There we go. There. So that takes care of that. So officially the login details is ready now. But what do we want the system to do? What I want the system to do is to enter inside. See, the name of the program is called payroll. If I go into the project called payroll, this very one, I would like the login system, or like this very login system, to open up another frame. Okay, I should have this here, but it's alright. So what I'm going to do is I'll come into this my very project payroll management. I'm going to copy one of the files of this payroll management, and that is the frame. I already have the tutorial of payroll management on the system. If you guys want to have a look, this is how the whole payroll management system looks like. So back into my folder, right click on it, copy. So I will now come in here, right click and paste. Refactor copy, yeah, click on that, and that's the name. New name, no, I'm going to just keep that very name. I might as well copy that name and just say refactor. That's it, the name is there, so that is fine. And I'll have that very folder on my system. Okay, now that that is sorted, let's go into my payroll login. So right in here, okay, if I get, or if the user get the login details right, I would like the user to then create an object. That's the name of the object, and let's say the object is called info, or just call it, yeah, that's fine, info equals new payroll. There. Okay, now to call it, all I just need to do is info dot set visible. Let's look for visible, and that will be true. There, that's all I need to do. But if I run this system now, it will not run because it's running. You see, it says it's successful, but you're not seeing, we can't see anything because we now need to run it inside this very class here. So I'm going to have to call it right here. So let's go for the name. The name should be right underneath here. Let's scroll right down. You see, public void run. Inside where we have public void run, I'm going to copy that. Now go into my project here. You see the class here, click on the class, and where we have public static void main, I'll just paste that right there. Click on OK. Now compile, run, and there we go. So if we enter the wrong login details in there, invalid. There. Supposing we enter the correct login details, and there we go, guys. Yeah. Okay, we can now enter the name of the customer. Let's say is Henry Moore. Address, good man, and is London waiting. That's his London waiting. Basic pay 3,000 plus overtime. There. Okay, all we just need to now do is click on, oh no, let's select the tax period. Period should be 8, that's August, and that's click on wages. Those are the wages calculated. So everything is now entered into this very table. Okay, guys. So that's how you develop your own login system. So I'm going to exit, and the last thing I'd like to do is to convert all of these to a run button. And to do that, let's come back in here. Just right here. Let's go back straight into the project. Okay, let's go to the library. This is the library. Right click on the library, add jar file, and you just want Java 2. I have a tutorial on how to create a run button already, and there we go. That's why Java 2 there. Now the next thing we need to do is I'm just going to copy and paste just one single line of code in there. So back onto the project folder, let's come in here. You see the class right here. So right here, paste the following. Okay, click on OK. We have an error. So what you need to then do is click on it and select the following, the four throw-ins. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need those 4. 1. That's the first one. The second one. The third one. And click again the fourth one. That's it. All the error is gone. So, and the system also imported as follows. Okay, so let's compile and run. There we go. You can see the buttons are now rounded buttons, but we need to delete these last bits. So these two are not working. So let's come in here. Let's go to my payroll, select this, go to the properties, get rid of that, gone. And here we need to clear. Right click on that. Let's get the code for clear. It's already on the system anyway. There we go. Copy all of that and back in there. Select event, action, perform, and right up there, here, paste that in there. There we go. Now that is exit taken care of. The next thing we need to do is to then declare to get rid of to exit. Yeah. So what we will do is right up here, let's enter private jframe as frame. So that's my variable. That's my okay. We also need to import that. Yeah, that's imported. Okay, that's my object for, or the method I intend to use to exit the system. Okay, to exit, right click on the exit button, come to event, action, perform, and right in here where we have the exit, get rid of that and enter as follows. There, those are the lines of code for the exit, and this is why the method up there was created. Alright, so let's change this to login system. Login system with an S. Alright, if I run the system now, compile and run, you guys whisper, I want to show you an error that we need to actually take care of. Enter the details. There, we log into the system. But if I move this down, you see the login is still there. We want the login gone. Okay, so let's exit that. We want it gone, and that was why I was creating or developing the system, the property, I actually set this to dispose. So to take care of that, we come in here and create an object. Right click. Let's create an object in here. Right up here, we create an object. Let me just call it system exit. That's my object there. But now we have an error. So to take care of this error, what we need to do is to create a class. So let me create a class somewhere, maybe right up here. Yeah, that's fine. I can just create a class here. So let's go for private void system. I think that's the spelling. System exits. Let's confirm. Yeah, that's the spelling. Speech. Okay, and we enter as follows. But the next thing we need to do is we have to import the following. Import that, and we also need to import the toolkits. Click on toolkits. There we go. So if I take you guys straight up there, have a good look at it first. If I take you guys right up there, there we go. Toolkit and window events. Okay, run it now. So we can now call it the end of this program. So let's run it and see. So enter incorrect details. There we go, that's invalid. And let's enter the correct details. There. Log on to the system. Okay, now guys, let's see if the login form is still there. As you can see, the login form is gone. Okay, so one other thing that is left for me to do now is just maybe just enter some value in there. Okay, there we go. I enter details, but let's exit. One thing that is just left for me to do, you don't have to do it, it's just a little pattern that that I have on the previous one, so we can just enter some of those patterns in there. So let's see, let's look for the separator. There we go, and there, that's our separator there. Right, so close this one, change the property of that very separator, or just copy this one, copy, paste. Just a pattern, you don't have to do this. And that's it. I have my separators in place, and what I'm going to do now is just change the color around. You can go straight to the property, change the color of the selected field, just change it to something a little bit darker, and that's all there is to it. So if you want, you can also copy and just paste it right underneath. Copy, come right under here, paste it here. We need to drag it from the top down. Yeah, there we go, guys, right there. So if I run my program again, and this is how the system looks like. So enter the correct login details, and with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of the payroll management system login. So with that, I'll say bye for now.